Let's go. Week 4, NFL teasers. Hit the like button, subscribe. We haven't done a teaser video in about 2 years. A lot of you guys have been asking for it, so let's get into it. I'm not going to do a Thursday night video because I just don't have a strong read or lean on the game. But one thing I always have a strong lean on is the teasers. So let's get to the Week 4 teasers. Firstly, we're going to do a 4-team teaser. We're going to use 6 points, and you should be getting this at like 230 plus 240, and you should be able to get it at a wide variety of places. Let's get to the first game. We got the Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. Texans are -7 right now. Let's just bring the Texans down to -1. This is do or die. This is the season on the line. And we can talk about the Titans after, but you know, I still think this Texans team has a little bit of fight. And I need to reiterate, this is an Alamo situation. This is an animal against the wall type situation. And I think Houston will do enough to take care of business. I just don't think the Titans can pull some sort of miraculous upset. Firstly, because the vibes in the locker room are just bad. Like, listen, I've been talking about Brian Callahan since last year, how bad he is, whether it be game planning, play calling, or man management, and we're starting to see him already lose the Titans locker room. And when you talk about defenses in this league, you talk about the Browns, and I've been talking about that before everyone else. Now people are seeing what I've been saying with the Browns. But you talk about the Browns, and for me, the next team is the Texans. I feel like this Texans defense is too damn good. It should be considered elite, even though we're in an offense-type era. And I just don't think Cam Ward is the guy to push the buttons. And I don't think Tennessee's going to be able to protect against Will Anderson and Hunter. I just can't see it happening. Give me the Texans -1. This should be safe. This is the safest one on the teaser. Next game, we got the Chicago Bears, the Bears at the Las Vegas Raiders. Right now, Bears are +1. Make sure you're getting the Bears +1 on this because you don't want to get the Bears -1 and then you have to cross zero when you lose a point. So let's go Bears +1 and let's bring it up the Bears +7. And listen, let's give credit to what the Bears did last week. They absolutely whooped and gave the Cowboys a slobber knocker. And they're going into a game against a Raiders team that's struggling. I feel like this Raiders team is getting worse. The Chargers' performance was bad, but that Commanders' performance was outright embarrassing. Do I think Pete's going to have the Raiders ready to respond? I do, but there's limits to it, and I do think the Bears have a much better roster. Now, the Bears are still banged up on defense, particularly the secondary, but do you trust Geno Smith on this Raiders offense to air it out, push it to 250, 300, and really push the jugular and put the Bears in a bad position where this +7 won't cover? I don't. I don't see it happening. And we heard a lot from the Raiders that they're going to be smash mouth. They're going to dominate people with that big offensive line. I mean, we haven't seen much run game yet. I mean, you draft a running back in the top 10 and we're already getting phrases like load management from Chip Kelly. Allegedly, Chip Kelly and Pete are beefing. Now, the Bears do have their issues. I think this Bears defense will be a bottom half defense in the NFL this year. And when you talk about Caleb Williams, you talk about inconsistency and you talk about a big load of frustration, kind of like going to DMV in New York. Like, you're going to get that type of frustration. But I still think the Bears are able to make enough plays in this game. I think Bears win the game. I would actually feel somewhat confident even betting the Bears to win the game, but we don't need to do that. So let's go Bears +7. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. Them boys! Packers -7. Listen, let's not try to reinvent the wheel. Let's bring it down to Packers -1. And I'm not sure the Cowboys can protect. And we know this Cowboys offense has shown signs of glimmer, and there is potential with this unit. And Dak started the season with 2 very, very good performances. But CeeDee Lamb limping off against the Bears pretty much says everything. I mean, this is an offense that needs both of the good wide receivers out there, Pickens and Lamb, and they're not going to have that. And this should be a Packers team that is pissed off. And this is a young Cowboys offensive line. Like, I'm actually high on this young Cowboys offensive line, but they are getting better, and they're going to need to get a lot better. But I don't think they're good enough at this point in time to deal with Green Bay's front. When you talk about Green Bay, like, I don't even want to talk about Love. I don't want to talk about Josh Jacobs. I don't want to talk about LaFleur. I just want to talk about this defensive line, and I think they dominate the game, and the Packers could have a shit day on offense. They very well could. But they are up against the Cowboys offense. And the more I thought about this game, from the Tuesday video, that Tuesday video comes and hits me fast as fuck. Sometimes I can't think through all the picks, but I would feel comfortable laying -7 with the Packers here. You bring that down to -1. You give Jordan Love a get-right game against the Cowboys defense that they're not getting close to anyone in the secondary, and the defensive line just isn't good enough or up to NFL requirements. Give me the Packers -1. Next game, I hate to take this to Monday. I know some of you guys have no patience, but we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Denver Broncos. Broncos -7.5. I mean, bring the Broncos down to -1.5. I know you guys are going to try to push the jugular here. You're going to want to add one of the Sunday games so you get resolution and you don't wait till Monday. I just hate that, quickest not possible mindset. And that's why I'm even, slanging this in, just to push your buttons. But let's be obvious about this. The Bengals can't pass protect. And you could talk about a lot of issues with this Bengals defense, and there were a lot of issues against my Minnesota Vikings last Sunday in Minneapolis. There was a fucking ton of problems. But I think the biggest problem, even more than their defense, is this offensive line. And I don't think they're going to be able to block the Broncos' front. And if you can't block someone's front, you're just not going to have a very good chance of winning unless you have Joe Burrow or Pat Mahomes. And Joe Burrow's not limping out into that field. It's going to be Browning, and there's going to be serious problems. And also, I felt like Broncos left a lot of points on the field last week against the Chargers. We saw 3 or 4 deep balls by Bo Nix, whether it be him throwing it bad, just hit fingertips and not caught. We saw the deep chances, and this is a get-right game. You get that Bengals defense across from you. It's kind of like in Entourage when Johnny Drama, when Turtle was on a slump. He hadn't gotten laid in quite some time, and Johnny Drama tried to set him up with a 3.5, 4. That's kind of what's coming with the Bengals defense. You got to get right. You got to pull the trigger. It's time to get some release, and it's time to ease the stress. Broncos roll. Broncos -1.5. Okay, here's the teaser. Texans from 7 to -1. Bears +1 to +7. Packers -7 to -1. Broncos -7.5 to -1.5. If the Bears move over to -1, just do the 3-team teaser. That should give you +140. You should be able to get it at a wide variety of places. Enjoy Thursday Night Football, the home of the money pack.